Morning, Joshua. Morning. Question Friday. Morning, Michael. Morning, Antonio. Bananga. Antonio, we were pushing a cafe, man. We were pushing a cafe. Hi, Mansour. Joshua, get the man. Question 1. Yes, Hanifa, Mr. Marketer. What's the Maraye Chibuzo cho? Ngabombuze Chibuzo nangenda babuze Chibuzo very simple. Is a smartphone essential? Is a smartphone essential? And is data essential? What's the difference between a warrant and guarantee? Guarantee is much stronger than warrant. Guarantee, if someone sold you a phone and they say they have given you 2 years guarantee, it means that they will take back the phone should it break down. But if they give you warranty, it means that they give you limited. It's not actually guarantee. They warrant you that the phone will work up to a certain time, and if it fails before that time, they will help you make it right. That's a warranty. That's the difference. So most Ugandan shops don't even give guarantee, even when they have guarantee on their phone. They give you warranty. No one can guarantee over old stuff. So even when they have the word guarantee, they actually mean warranty. Hanifa, I hope I've answered your question. So, whatever Toyota Uganda webetu nenyu moroka za yempya bagaba warranty wa either 2 years or 100,000 kilometers. Chitegeze moroka yo bwefa before 100,000 kilometers, they help you make it right. But warranty tebera specific. Chitegera warranty, majority of the time when someone gives you warranty, they are saying they are going to help you fix it, but you have to buy spares. So they warrant you that they will be with you during the rough times. Guarantee means, that's why you never find anyone giving you guarantee. Actually, you should never believe anyone that says they give you guarantee, because yaba afunira wa muntu wakugamba nti nkukuzize simu eno nkwadde guarantee bwe faji komyewo nkuwendala oyaba mubbi yaba afunira wa bwakuguze simu n'ogitta okitegera. And normally guarantee has a lot of terms and conditions. Yeah. Question Friday, you can ask any question to Chirabe. Michael is saying, I'm back with the questions. Pass your old model and Alex. And yeah, smartphone is very essential, especially iPhone. To already Michael, iPhone. Ataka timjimainti iPhone mukozana type C. Together sharing a charger. So Michael is asking. Michael's question is, he has a old model. Is it mujide munange? Is it Is it essential for him to change from the Spacio old model to the Toyota Alex? I'm going to give you the same answer I gave you. And yesterday, I don't know if you were on yesterday's live broadcast, but yesterday I talked about that issue, and my answer was, you know, you need to deduce. You come from behind answer. First of all, is the Spacio doing what you need the car, what you need a car for? If the Spacio is doing what you need the car to do for you, do you really need to change from the Spacio to the Alex? Then the third question would be, is the cost worth it? Because you will say, I want to change from my Spacio old model to the Alex and I have to top up 4 million. Really? Can't the 4 million do something better? Like as you use your Spacio? Like for me, before I change a car, I will have to ask myself, is that car going to give me better value than what I have? If it's not going to give me better value, then why not keep my car? So what do you really need the car for? I find that the Spacio is more practical than the Alex. The Spacio gives you more boot space, okay? And in a way, I find that the Spacio might actually have more resale value than the Alex. Why? The Spacio, people want it. However, the Alex, majority of the time, bavubuka sent. Nenga Spacio jajifunira omukazi omukadde ajja kuwa sente zo atakoze eki. Teyenyodde nnyo. Tell me about engine ekozeemu. What do you mean engine ekozeemu ndia sima? Tell me more. Good morning, sir. What are the steps of taking to change old car to the new car? Now, there are two approaches. The first approach is if the person in whose name the green logbook is in, okay? And then you tell them to validate. Process, they call it validating. Logbook that's what they call validating. And after validating, then nakufuna transfer forms. That one is very cheap. Validating because now if that fails, probably the person in the old logbook is dead, or is not willing, or he's not available. You don't even know who he is. You don't even have their contacts, like what happened with my car. Then you have to go the court process. With the court process, you go you basically with the court process find a URA agent akoleleko ebintu ebyo kijabulako emitwalo 5 ku mukaaga. Of course, the court process, if you want to do it yourself, you waste a lot of time and money. But if you get an agent to do it for you, they know what to do. You will go to court, get a court order. First of all, they'll get a police something, get a court order advertised in the newspapers for 14 days, and then after advertising in the court, then they get a final court order, and then they take that court order to URA. URA will do the validation under court order. Then after validation, the car will be in the new logbook system. When the car is finally put in the new logbook system, then URA will use still the court order to transfer a car to your names. Yeah. But the reason it's expensive is because they actually don't get it. The real court order is much more expensive than that. But there is something they get that the court gives that can help you do that. But if the owner, the person in whose names the green logbook is Taliwo, then you definitely have to go the court order way. So my question is, Twina question Billy. The first question is by Michael. No, my first question is mine, but Michael's question is question number 2 is asking, is it necessary for him to change from a Spacio old model to the Toyota Alex? What do you guys think? Should he change from the Toyota Spacio, the old model, to the Toyota Alex? Should he? Now my question is a smartphone essential? Is having data essential? Because there are people that have smartphones, because the reason for you having a smartphone is to actually be able to communicate with people the smart way. I find that actually WhatsApp is making life easy. You don't have to call anyone even using their airtime. WhatsApp. Your question wasn't clear. Good morning, October. How are you? Question Friday. Tomorrow the cafe is showing at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. we start. Currently, smartphones and digital gadgets and internet are very essential to our lives. Nowadays, almost everything runs by them. True. Good morning, man. Briefly talk about the Toyota Isis. The Toyota Isis is the wish. It's definitely the wish. It's just that the Isis gives you a uniqueness. But you also need to understand that the Toyota Isis doesn't have resale value. Toyota Isis ngeri ku UBH nga bagitunda million 2 ontegeera kama logitunda million 2 toyina wosanga wish ngeri ku UBH nga bagitunda 2 wish ya bay okitegeera. But it's because people don't really like the Isis. I don't know why. Bana Uganda batuka bazira buzizi kintu ne bagamba ekyo tetujja kyagala. So but the Isis has no problem. However, I find that the wish gives you more space. The Isis is not as big as the wish. Although now I find that buying an old wish, old shape, it's how it doesn't make sense. When you look at the Valvematic, it even looks better and all that. What's the cost of renting an acre of land in Kalungu or Masaka? But the acre yeta kati bajipangise mtwaro ngakuwa. Bajipangise mbekewa. But the mtwaro ngakuwa 15 kali. An acre. Omwaka gwa 2005 season ye 15. Yes, ye 15. Dozo chuli Mansour Hanifa nebera 6 months. Apangisizo omwaka yasinga. Bana ali mu mulala watuddemu ekibuzo kya Mansour Hanifa. She's asking how much is renting an acre of land. Waliwo anisimanyo ba gundi atuse. Our architect will give us a very good answer. Type C letter. We shall remain on iPhone 14 series. Let me keep my Caspacio. Often is asking, hey, please compare Toyota because of its shape. Because of the fielder are way behind. In the rear, much. Ujuli na nagambe Nissan Note is bad investment. Yatanikidde okuzikira ngeri ku UBM. Kwa nini ndenga ajikoleza? Bad investment. Kaya moroke ku UBM webeziki things about money. Hybrid is about money. Morning people, my question is a smartphone essential? Is data essential? And should someone just have a smartphone for the sake of having it? Never bataina data, it's okay. Oba ataina data agule mapesa. And also Michael is asking, is it necessary for him to change from his Passion old model to a Toyota Alex? Mama tugenda kulekawa ne what really. Isuzu forward box. Isuzu forward flat shape eliwe nungi. Box ye nungi. Box body. Ogamba box body Mansour Hanifa. Naye abantu baliwe Isuzu zebagattako ekintu. Okitegeera kirabika nayo bagiyita box. Nebanga etikka musenyu mubantu. Niza atenda bwegibongerako ekintu. Abayo nona. Eri abayo nona. Teziwanga. Bobo yogereyo box eyo gyebagongerako ebintu etikko omusenyu mungi. Oba oyo nona because ogenda gitika load gyetalina kutika kubanga olaba ne flat yennyini nayo bagitika mu flat. A stone emerged from a speeding Nissan Navara yesterday and created a small crack on my windscreen. What can I do? Nissan is on Nanzi calling me. Sorry man, sorry. Katigenda waliwo abaana abajuza crack ezo abazijuza ne bagikweka nayo nagikweka kati ngenda tena genda mu nfuufu. Okitegeera bayina dagali bayiwa mu crack eyo nekola ki? Net spreading naye ate nekweka nekwata nokwata. Go very quickly. Waliwo ku kyengo kabaka njagala bwoba omanyiwe bwoba omanyi ku kabaka njagala erikubo ngokira mu karawundi awo waliwo bayita kyengo. They sell windscreens. You can go there. Bajja kujjako emitwalo ng'esatu. Bwe baba nga sikanene nnyo naye bajja kujjako emitwalo ng'esatu. Bayiwamu eddagala ne bateekako akataala and that's crack nekola ki? Crack nebula. Naye nga sorry about that. Emmotoka yaffe mpya. Bantu lwaki bayina ebyo? Naye toyinza munenya. That's why when you're moving behind a lorry you need to be extra careful. Nanso agenda iteyo. Ane ateba de pick up Navara. Ete kuba na de kainja na kubaka kube.
Nange jantukako. Ate na moto ba.
So you would advise a person to buy a Primo instead of a Fielder? No, I've just told you the Fielder is much more comfortable. The Fielder is definitely much more comfortable. And also I find that the Fielder is not as overpriced as the Primo. So, of course, as a first-time buyer, you can buy your overpriced Primo, or you actually buy a Fielder, which I find to majority of the time be worth the money. So, Stephen, I find that the Fielder is much more worth the money than the Primo. After driving permit class extension, how long? The munange na mala ne test ya I ovi na permit yange tena fuluma. So I'm thinking it takes a little longer. Nina permit na inko extension. Of course I went through a driving school, but these days driving permits take much longer than in the past. Like a bureaucracy munjimu. So Manyeti, you of course you apply, then you go do a driving test. After the test because it's a but I went to a driving school, which I can't recommend now because they don't even communicate. I think they have a lot of clients. But yes, in Uganda now, for you to get a driving permit or extension, you actually have to go through a driving school. You can't go alone. You have to go through a driving school. Good morning, Moses Heath. You cannot get a driving permit without a driving, because you needed papers from a driving school. So in a way they created monopoly for driving schools. Abasaka ekiyumba okusaka ekiyumba may I find that it's bad. Moro kobogenda kujono na otandika ogitika weight gyetaina kutikka. Ogitika weight gyetaina kutikka. Morning people, Question Friday. The cafe is showing tomorrow on Pearl Magic Loco, on Go TV and DSTV. Sawa bidi zenyini the cafe egenda betandika. Atava kumunji afawaza. Ayagala sente. Morning, Question Friday. You can ask your questions. Tunabechigera maso. Kuna basi. Kati mweno leni abadda akola yochobedda. Okitegeera. Ate nga musajja mukulu. Omuntu agenda okuva ku kubo ina kuba muleni ya left. Neka tabadde muleni ya right. Wauno wasu. Yasalamu omundi okumuya bawizi. Bakubanga sina breaks nali mutome. But you promise me that you'll never be. Ayagala sente. How long to have driven in Class B? I think it's about 5 years. It's about 5 years. Friend Adukule friend. You need to drive about 5 years and you need to be 30 years of age to be able to get extension to D1. Because D1 they want someone that is seemingly mature and has good experience driving these other small cars. Will there be a repeat of the cafe in case I miss it tomorrow? I'm going to ask, actually after here I'm going to WhatsApp the DSTV guys and ask them. I'm going to ask Moses Heath and then I will revert. If you can, please make it for the cafe premiere tomorrow. Together battle about the cafe starting 8 p.m. on Pearl Magic Loco. Katize wemba mvuga speed limit oyo warumi yone ali mukumpisa avuga ki bandi mu speed limit yenyino oyo avuga ki ku speed jampisizamu alinga mu 85 okumanya tamanyi byavuga ogenda kuvaako ngoli mu speed eyo. People ask questions n'ababuuza ekibuuzo ekyange kiri kimu is a smartphone a requirement for today's young person, and is data a requirement? Personally, I find that a person that has a smartphone without data, if you have a smartphone without data, oba tewetaka kubeera mu bantu. Data is essential for learning. What do you think? I find a smartphone is essential. We need to take pictures, create memories. Basically, a smartphone almost replaced a laptop, which take it of course for things that are not really, because you can even edit videos using your smartphone. They're not so serious videos. Arthur, your Corolla All N1 NZ VVTi engine, how long does it move on 1 liter of petrol? It should actually even be able to take you up to 20 if the car is still new, but like 15, sometimes 15, which take it. But I'm still working on it. There are things I'm going to replace in this car that I know will give me better mileage. One of the things I did was put the tires that were designated for this car. But now what we've been to the air cleaning system is not complete. Emoroka yange charita engine check light, which I presume ngenda kugula ekimiro ekirala. Bwemala okugula ekimiro tekeko air system, the air filtration system when you fully complete, I know I'll be able to go to about 18 kilometers per liter. Kansubire nkubye ngombe ontege manya ayinza okuba engombe bwatu naye nga tategedde. Yes, naye nga muli mutya. Question Friday, guys. Ask. Most of the time muzebuze byemmoroka naye n'ebirala tulina okuloba professionals ab'enjawulo. Simanyi lwaki Isaac Alaika atadde natuuka okutubulira ekayitaka bagipangisa ssente mmeka. Ekikomera yakimaze tadde gikiraga. Mwezo pira asooka n'aziyira wansi ne zikuumira. Amazzi ne weganaaba mangi ng'ate tegalina kye gagenda gikola. Question Friday. Enchanze nja kwisanga wakalango kange. Leka mpiseo ne kano bannange. Pre-purchase inspection temugimpisaako. Mugabe sente. Muleke genda gabira balala nga athali wano. Mulete mumpe ana. Sente ze bagamba ngaba nazo sente nnyo naye. Wowe ogenda gula moroka ya $15,000 gabana. That's less than 10%. That's like kibanga kubera nga osobola okula emmotoka baluku n'ekule. Kati pre-purchase inspection ekulemeeti. Less than 10% of the value of the car you're going to buy. Emmotoka ze nagana okebereza $2,300,000 ezo saagala muntu kunnyingira. Naye ate omuntu kwe nali nkebeddeko emmotoka eya layisi ne kakati akyagivuga temutawanyanga namu lwakuba yali 2020.
Kati zikebere
nzikebere ziveewa gwe emmotoka $1,300,000 esaawa enamu ogijjawo nga neze $8,000,000 nazo nzeeraliikirira kati kubanza eyange ya $18,000,000 gyentuddemu kati
anti yaggisanga just yayita amanyi
kizibu abantu bamanyi olaba nezigundi baziseera kati olaba omuntu aseera goofu. Anyway, muli mutya bakyali bange, muli mutya emboozi egenda mu maaso wano. Nze nababuzadde ekibuuzo kyange, smartphone eri essential mu bulamu bw'omuntu. Is a smartphone essential? Should someone have a smartphone? Every young person. And if they have a smartphone, should they also have data or or internet bundles? Me, I find that internet is actually very important. Nze sola bera una simu etaina data. Sisobola, I actually, for the Airtel guys, they can buy a trick. I use what we call the Airtel Smart Bundles. Ogula bundles eje mitwalo mukaaga omwezi, but they give you about 25 GB. Then they give you, I think, is it 800 minutes Airtel to Airtel? Then they give you about 100 minutes any other network. So I find that that's a very good deal. Kubanze sizimana nako. And I put Mama Aban kutugabane. She uses the same data I use. Of course, data tumumalako. Data yetu mumalako. She uses the same data I use. But then if the data gets used up, you have a top up. You can top up your bundles. You can top up your bundles. You can either top up the minutes, you can top up the data. So I find that the smart bundles in the kunze entasa. Of course, like now when we are doing marketing, na kuna good bundle munji, I bought about 75 GB. I put a lot of money. But that's also because I was uploading the other work. So but under normal circumstances, the 25 GB should suffice a month. No bango ina minutes ezukuba ku Airtel or ina minutes ezukuba ku other networks. Kali akaboy ke wanta ubana kasa. But I know I have it somewhere in the car. So it's ideally you should always have data on your phone. It's something that it helps us to learn a lot. Every time I have a knowledge gap, I use the internet to find I find the knowledge that I need via the internet. Okay, let's go. Questions. Good morning, Adams. Hanifa is saying smartphone goes hand in hand with data. Kugamba. Smartphone goes hand in hand with data. True. Rumion lowest price on current market. Tebere million abiri mutano. Ndaka ngena abira million abiri mutano. Rumion. But 25 you can get. I'm thinking right now even 20 there are chances that you can get. I'm thinking that right now even at 20 you can get a Rumion. That's what I'm thinking, But I don't want to confirm, but ideally have 25 million to get a Rumion. Never a Rumion atazira banga ziri mu million anamu bidi. Nembagamba banange bibox mu byensonyiwe. Mwesonyiwe bibox nayenga temumpuliriza. I gave out my view on the question, but you didn't see it. Kanjinonye Abi. Neno aboloza kugundi eze your answer to eze kirabika. Olaba ndiene wase Ndaba Abi, currently smartphones and digital gadgets plus internet are very essential to our lives. Nowadays almost everything runs by them. True. Yes. Yeah, it's true, but you see right now, like how I have my Samsung phone. If I have a Samsung fridge, I can control the fridge using my Samsung phone. If I have a Samsung TV, I can control the TV using my Samsung phone. If I also have a Samsung TV, I can control the TV using my Samsung phone. So it's like an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem whereby you can literally control everything using this. If I have a Samsung washing machine, I still can control the washing machine using my smartphone. You just have to keep it in the power. And when you need it to do something, you just use the phone to say, now do this. So you see, these people are now creating ecosystems. I'm thinking even Hisense is doing the same. You have a Hisense fridge, Hisense TV, and you have a Hisense smartphone. You can still do the same. The same thing I think is happening with Apple. So I find that right now, because I will tell you that I've learned more from the internet than from anywhere else. Of course, then when I went back to school, because every time you go back to school, you learn something new. But because I use the internet a lot, there are times I'm seated in class and I'm there for attendance. Because they've been to the how does someone not know this? omukyala nabuuza ekibuuzo nga bonna bimanyi nange nensirika ningamba how does someone not know this nga ndaba it's basic knowledge abayinza okukuwalana nga uno gayi yeeraga kanti katofuuka wakweraga nga gwe kumpi buli kibuuzo gwokimanyi naye nsirika nga ndabira ddala naye nenkirekera awo but of course because ngenda okuddayo okusoma mba nkoze research nga naye basomesa mbimanyi naye nga bimanyi nti olina okupgradinga n'empapula so I have for a rainy day fallback position olina obaako n'empapula zokwogwa what did you study jayo you have a PhD how have you not been in academia? I've been doing katemba okitegeera oba n'ensonga good morning Adams. Why in Uganda price of apartments are more expensive than of buying a plot and a building? Yesterday I've seen 1-bedroom apartment 150 million. Imagine, are they? But 150 million for an apartment is fair. Yes, Buka, it's fair. 150 million is fair. Bobanga oliozimbye ku nyumba ejjudde nga gwe gwaje ezimbidde, you would know that 150 million is no money. However, bana abantu bagattamu amagoba olaba muzeyi guno senga yamanya ndi box nali serisa akantu ako kalanga bakagira nali koza akantu ako side ne side kaba kalungi nnyo. 150 million is fair for a house that is complete, that has power, that has water, that has plumbing, that has tiling, that is painted. 150 million is fair. You don't get to do any trouble. The only trouble I see is that 150 million, you don't even have a compound of your own. You're sharing everything. And besides, you're going to keep paying bills because they sell you an apartment at 150 million. You have to pay for security, you have to pay for sewage, you have to pay for rubbish. Kati fabazi mama ploti gaffe mu kyalo. Tulina we tuwetera kasasiro waffe. Tulina parking. Amazi tulina tanka tinzi. Amazi ngagula nga nyina abantu bangi. Mfuna fene ku nusu 12,000. But the apartment you're buying in an area, wajana kulema okubeera, the standard of living is high. At 150 million, you buy a plot of land in which you don't even build. Iranze nalaba oli gayo oli yagula emotoka ya milioni 4 ono. Osagala kuge. Ningama zinemba nesende zigule emotoka ya milioni 8 nisugula takachira. Ngule takechira. Nenzimba okumpi n'ekibuga. Nendo jana nozimbe waffe mu kyalo n'ogula emotoka ya milioni 4. What kind of nonsense is that? Antonio is saying smartphone and data goes hand in hand. Both are essential to a young person. Definitely. By the way, there is one thing I've realized. Buli muntu anatera okufa soka nava offline, nava online. Start noticing. But guys, am I saying that am I lying? Ebiseera ebisinga omuntu nga anatera okufa soka nava online. Ne mutanga tumula ku Facebook, tumula ku WhatsApp, mwero gigundi yafu. Ekimujja online muzaba alwadde. Ne bwaba talwadde omuntu, ne bwaba anagwa kwa kabenje nga anafa. Mugenda eranze bwemba ntandise okuva online nga neetetenkanya nga nzira. Ezo zimu ku signs nze kubira abantu bonna benda byaba bwaba badda postinga every week amane myezi nga mukaga nga ta posting kati nze ku Facebook na postinga almost every day tocha postinga no it has taken about 4 years nga sicha postinga ati dan na nagamba kati paso yiyesise paso ikusika ketya anenda wa yatumize bindazi ngaru yani badda pakinga amponyi naye kati eyo paso lwaki tayingirayo nga piki baja upiki meja na parking wali kubindaza manyize no Dr. Jonathan yanga nokuyingana yogera fena tegera kyekimu katoli gayi yagaya na gule motoka ya milioni 4 nga rent okitegeera karate no mtegedde taina na masanyalaze mu nyumba taina na mazzi nagula emotoka ya milioni 4 maneno guy. I think this is the question I should have asked you. Omuntu yazimba nyumba taina masanyalaze gamulemu okuyingiza taina mazzi bako akyagula ekitegeera naye yagula emotoka milioni ameka does that make sense to you? Ate no tajivuga atalina ebere parkinze waka all the time. On top of that mu Uganda ebintu byaffe biri straight. Nawulira bagamba gayi yajja baba n'abasanyeze bajja ne mugamba ogenda tuwayo ssente bweziti za gundi nadduka nakuba emmeeza
na complain
nalaga amaanyi amasanyaze ga mulema
yani badai na amasanyaze ku
sente ze moroke ye milioni 4 yali badde afunako amasanyaze afunako amazzi n'afunako n'emmotoka okitegeera but simanyi mwe bagayi mafia mutawanyi oba ffeffe basiru tuyinza okuba tuli basiru nga twefuula abagezi towakana
omusiru abeera n'amasanya abeera nga talina amasanyalaze
tuyinza okuba tuli basiru nga amasanyalaze tageetaaga kubana nesola tamulina yali badde asobola nesola tamulina ayinza oba tabyetaaga nga n'amazzi ali more comfortable okugula buli lunaku. You mentioned in the last live that your engine is taking you 11 kilometers, but I wondered about the 1.5 liter. Abe, my engine takes me 13, 14, 15, depending on how I drive, if I use AC, if I find jam and all that. It used to take me 10 to 11. Edda! Nga mukyali mune ate naye engine nkadde ngendo gijjamu ina ne yatambula 17 ojjukira. Okitegeera. So it depends on the, of course kateno engine in charge yiga ina nebibulako yine kyaleta nakatala ka engine check just ntilwa kuba etambula kati tekimenya ate nkimanyi it's not eyinza okubanga ensaba either oxygen sensor obanga ensaba bili ebintu byempewo byembaga lingero teeka okitegeera. So but no my car takes me 13 14 15 depending. There are days that I use AC all the time. There are days that there is a lot of jam, like now there is a lot of jam. Like if I find jam here ngangenda, then I find jam nganzira ye waka. Since Uganda doesn't allow old cars from a particular year to be shipped into the country, how do I get an old car I really love to have? And can I have a ship a new engine or gearbox? Yes, the engine and gear parts, the gearbox, those come. It's just the cars themselves that are not allowed. Also, you can still import your old car, but you pay a lot of tax. Also, let the Morocco vintage. Although you need to understand that vintage cars under the law, vintage cars are not supposed to be driven. They are for exhibition. Vintage museum. So normally the consumption of the car will also depend on so many things. Driving habits, that's one of them. Use AC or not, because AC kati for example obera mujamu ngawo notekamu AC ebenywa okusinga woba ngokosa AC ngemoroka etambula. Those are you need to understand those things. Then also if you find a lot of jam, what jam yankwata emoroka nenywa kilomita 13. Oyo jam we nabera kwa kesha mall for 2 hours. Bwe musimbula. Yeah. Not essential, but it's a must have. It's not even essential. Must have. And I've found that the young people that have known how to use the internet to make money are actually making money. With the internet, you don't even need capital. Tewetaga capital. I'll give you an example category business ya role. Omwana atandika moving company nga talina mmotoka. Na branding na akola kinagenda nagula Facebook page okitegera. Nagenda afuna stickers zi temporary nateka ku mmotoka z'abantu nakuba ebifaananyi okitegera. Natandika okulanga we are a moving company ngose mukatukusengula. Natandika okufuna emirimu nga talina mmotoka okitegeera. Natandika okusengula abantu, natandika okusomba omusenyu nga people book them because they have created a brand. Now wabanga they handle customers properly, the internet has made things. I told you guys natandika Platos najitandika sina chenina customer yasoka yagula furniture yasoka okitegeera. So but the internet has given us so much. It's just that you just have to know how to manipulate the internet. It's not even manipulation, how to utilize the internet, because you can basically have income without anything, but you just a smartphone. Good morning, Salmin. It's immoral not to have a smartphone going to a place you've never been. You're expected to use either Google Maps or Waze. Hata Waze mbade sijimanyi. Waze yake iwa mweyo Canada. These days, payments are done with Apple Pay and Google Pay or any credit cards. Yeah, I use Google Pay by the way. Like when I'm buying stuff, as a matter of fact, there is a subscription I need to cancel for free pick. You gotta subscribing for Canva. For the guys that don't know Canva, Favor Marketer, Canva you can design anything. So kati nze mbeera ne premium payments for almost everything that I use. I have premium for Premiere Pro. I am going to buy premium for DaVinci Resolve. I had premium for prepic.com. Now I'm going to pay for premium for Canva. That's thing if you own a small business, you know Canva. You can design stuff using Canva. Makes work very easy, and you pay about 380,000 every year. So, Uncle, do you do inspection on elf? Obuzanyo bwaffe. It's just that abasajja abebe motoka abamu akulaba ng'okuba ebifaananyi byalowooza ogenda kudda kunona mmotoka ye. Definitely, a smartphone is an essential human. Human are meant to socialize. That's why it's hard to live alone on your own. And without data, the phone becomes not far from a toy. I felt it, by the way, without data, ogenda zanya game. Ate nga ne game ozi downloading nga weetaaga data. Kachako kawulira kipapula. Chule.
I don't think nze kiwulira ngeri wansi.
Ate era bweba wansi muluka eba yenye. Waliwo omusumaali. Gira bagukebere. Fred, it's like, how do you even have a smartphone without data and use it for what? Good morning, Hannibal. I mean, thank you. For equivalent of 60k, I get 80 GB for Denmark, 20 GB EU roaming, free calls. Uganda internet is very expensive, but me, the reason I buy it is because now I get minutes, and I don't really call a lot. So if I can get those about 100 minutes for Airtel, then get about 100 minutes for other networks. Kati mwiteka kumama abane kutugabane, she can call her people because ya kubanye simu atokunsinga. Then even the data netumugabana okitegeera. Of course ye data tumumalawo. Mama bani yaita terabera talaba nnyo video eddadanga tabinga data agula uwe naye kati bwabeera kuwange. Jukira temu tasotake balance take akula kozesa bukozesa. Nze mmanya nti aweddeko n'ennyongerako. Good morning JK. Jude, good morning. Abby, Android TV also is the way to go. Android TV. Na yes ngeba de cross. Ni wano mukusinga. Yali badde kakola ne mukusinga. Si cross. Sinzo ba mpozi musuma tujja kala okupapula ne bumper. Bango olaba ne bwe kiba kipapula nga kiyita ku mpina ekiti. Tanda bibiri. Eyo cross. No, nedda kaliye kana akakoze kati badde cross. Oya tukali mu check oba kipapula. Batulina ke tuwulira wano ke tugezaako okukola diagnosis. Bw'obeera mu gia n'enafuba nga kakakakaka kiringa ekipapula ate cross ekiraka musiraamu baayaliwo ko yagitaddemu bubi eyeno nagisaako omuliro yali eyitiridde lumu mba ngenda mu jimu nga nkubye endobo yange enzigire omanyi cross eyo tevaayo ng'odduka oba ovuga mpola kati ngenda okuva mu ndobo bwenti nteekemu giya nga tolooza giya ebikola eno ku end kafusobola ovamu nosaamu akapya nekali ndoza nja kukakolera kyekimu, otherwise it's going to be a disturbance. Ogenda funa wana amazzi omuwalazi ewaali tonnajja ate amazzi gaweddewo naye kasita tugenda yita wanding anjala yita Equity wali yetuba tufuna amazzi, but you still can control Samsung gadgets. Simanyi sekanjako imanti manyi Forest Bay ya yesaawa eno mba nkulimbye Steven Luzige. I'm waiting akanyomero k'ebisiraani akanyomero k'ebisiraani kabeera ku TikTok wano ku YouTube. Buli muntu ajja ku YouTube mubede, not everyone actually comes to YouTube. Which say currently if you have internet you have the whole course notes but without the lectures. Definitely true. The reason why I went back to class nze nali nasoma ebitabo bya marketing bannange ebintu ebisinga ewange mu Dynamo mbikola, but there is an ingredient that's missing, and trust me when I went to UMI okusoma marketing things changed, people. Things changed because I was taught by people that were in the field. Omanyi, being taught by someone that is in the field is different. When not that jeke tugenda kuzimba ku main tuyingira ku munda era obakira gweva ku kirawa mona ono okungulu mwego mmanyi waliwo kirawo omunda ogulayo ploti ya milioni 5 emilioni 10 babangalo ngenda mwamba oli omuwa wakabenje omugagga we yavudde wa ne baga nedda wa maje nedda akola mu state house nedda
enyumba eriko manager
ne baga nedda yo gaitayinza kubanga nanyini nyumba eyo oyo azimbira muganda wali America gwajjeka you joke kati natajjeka kijja kwewunyisa Kampala wano ettaka kati we yesterday nawulidde omusajja nga agamba yagula ennyumba emakinde milioni 5. Yes. Ataka gojjeke manya nti makinde wa bei okusinga kira. Okisege gayi yagula ennyumba emakinde milioni 5. Okisege kati fe tubate tumanyi
oba nnakuki nyoyizo okubanga erigulo ba
ono muvubuka bakafuna sente. Bakafuna sente. Naye kati goyinza okubeera nogayi makinde. Makinde okisege niyo sorosanga nerero wali wagendo saso ennyumba ku milioni 25. Mwisanga lwagenda okugula ploti emakinde ku milioni nga 8. Okitegeera nga ateri ku main. Just tubate tumanyi balina bizibu, tubate tumanyi batunda mu bwangu, tubate tumanyi banka bezitwala, ebyo ebintu bwe bityo. Atenga ebintu bwe bityo ba broker be babimanyire ebiseera bisinga era noyo mufukali mu broker. Ba broker batera okugula amataka agaraisa ate ne bagaseera mmwe. Kati nedda gwedda wali boli gayi kati ansiira ploti ya neighbor wange.